Mac here, the trauma coach, on the bench of knowledge. Okay. Um, Today's reel is the second bit of nuance that goes with the second commandment, right? Second commandment is trauma is a normal part of life. The first bit of nuance was we're more fragile in the aftermath, whether we care to admit it or not. The second bit of nuance that I'll talk about today is trauma is messy. And when I talk about how messy trauma is, I use this bug splat that you see right here, that you see on the windshield of a car. Okay, so when trauma occurs, it gets a lot of people. It just doesn't get the direct target of the traumatic event. It gets family members, it gets friends, it gets first responders, it gets social workers. All of them are in that bug splat. When I think about my life, two events have impacted my life in a huge way. One is my parents' divorce. They separated, divorced, they never spoke again, and annihilated the family I grew up in as a little kid. And then the murder of my two nephews. Okay, I do this because I made a promise to myself the day of their funeral, as I looked at those little caskets, that I would always tell their story. And I didn't know how I would do it, but I would find a way so that their lives would save people. And they have. But I wasn't at the center of either one of those two bug splats. But each of them rocked the shit out of my life. And it wasn't until I understood this idea that trauma's messy that I began to understand why those things impacted my life in such a deep way, that I was part of those events, even though what I thought was, hey, those things shouldn't bother me that much. I wasn't part of that, right? It didn't happen to me. So my message to you is you don't have to be the target of the trauma to have it impact your life in a deep way, to be part of that bug splat. And that's normal. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the third little bit of nuance to that is trauma accumulates in your life. But I'll get to that tomorrow. Two things I want you to do for me. Okay. One is rummage around my website from traumatojoy.com. I just put all these reels up there. There's podcasts up there. There's tools on there. There's things to read, things to watch. So check that out. And my book's on there. The book is a blueprint to do this stuff. Okay. The next thing I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe to this because somebody you know is in a really dark place right now. And they may see that and they may watch these things, and that'll open up a door to a conversation that you need to have with them. And finally, if you're a person of faith, if you're a spiritual person or somebody who just wants to live a great life, this is the path you need to walk. This is the path of transformation.